All right. Oop. Stay there. Hey y'all, it's Danielle Magner. Thank you so much for having me back for the second round. I'm ecstatic to be here, but I am going to jump right into these questions because I know I'm going to bump right up against that 5-minute mark. So, my personal and career goals. Short and simple, my personal and career goals at this point in my life is to do really good work for really good people. That's the premise of how I built my digital marketing consulting business a year and a half ago, and that's how I want to step into also having a more full-time job on top of that. I mentioned in my first submission that I do have a small business. Again, it's a digital marketing consulting firm, and it's just me. I'm a solopreneur. I don't have any intention on growing that or adding employees to it. But going into 2021 from 2020, which was a whole different animal and monster of opening a small business. Going into 2021, my goal was restructuring my business so I could be a part of an internal team on the side. So all of my clients right now are set up on a quarterly approach basis. So every 3 months, I'm doing a deep dive with them on their website analytics, understanding what their goals are for this next quarter, and making sure internally they're set up to execute against that. And they can tap me along the way if they need my advice or consulting to kind of help their internal team learn how to do certain things. Question: why did I restructure my whole business after 1 year of being open? I miss collaboration. I miss communicating with an internal team who's aligned with me, pursuing the same goals, working towards the same thing 100% of the time. While I absolutely love my clients, I'm definitely missing the community of being a part of an actual team. And while I wasn't quite sure if I could find that perfect fit of an internal team where I felt like I was providing value while still not being overworked and still able to serve my small business clients to the fullest extent, this job came on the market and boom, here I am. Question number 2. While I've been more focused on strategy than execution when it comes to social media with my clients lately, I do have one client in particular who I started working with back in 2019. She's a photographer out of Knoxville, and we realized that the majority of her site traffic was coming from social media channels. We wanted to see more of that. We wanted to see more referral, especially because people could get their eyes on her photography in social and then convert hopefully on her website. So as we tracked that, going from 2019, giving her some pointers and telling her really her Pinterest was generating a good amount of social, and let's rev those efforts up, and here are some ideas to do that. I have seen her content from 2019 till now, so comparing 2020 to 2019, her social traffic on her site went up by almost 70%, which is just insane. And her Pinterest traffic in particular went up by over 300%. So I would say that's by far the biggest win I've seen with social media. Again, she was still executing the strategy that I laid out, and her and her team and assistant were generating the content, figuring out what to push out and when. And now in 2020, now our conversations are much more around, okay, well, how do we get your Pinterest traffic to stay on your site longer? How do we get your Pinterest traffic to possibly book a session? Or because it's coming from outside of Knoxville, how do we get them to invest in your digital photography 101 course and make you that passive income? So that's by far my biggest social win. Number 3, why Wolf Farm Treehouse? I have been following your brand for what feels like forever, as have thousands and thousands of other people. But I would not apply to any full-time position on any internal team unless I was 100% certain that I would get along well with the internal team. Your guys' values align with mine. Your work-life balance seems to align with mine, and I genuinely don't want to surround myself with any kind of business or organization that isn't fully aligned with my life. Hopefully this gets me to round number 3, but if not, have a lovely day anyways, and I hope to hear from you guys soon. I'm not sure why I'm leaning like this.